Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of 2021 for the Heel Heat podcast, brought to you by the Sports Mark Analyst. We are here for the obviously named Day 1 pay-per-view tomorrow night, our predictions. And we got a little bit of stuff to talk about. Paul, what the hell are you doing?
The Iron Claw, man. Come on, brother. Sorry,
As you can see,
I'm showing my age, man.
I am here, Mr. Down since day one-ish, with my cohorts, my partners in crime. We were gonna call him Jaquan Elite Wrestling, but we had to change that one, so we were just acknowledging him right now.
2 years.
And Mr. Paulinho.
2 years. Still waiting for my belt. But
that's all right. Like I said, we gotta make the new one. I still got the white one sitting over here, but we can't use that one anymore.
Budget cuts. I'm a championship without a title because of budget cuts.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, again, we are here with our predictions for day 1 tomorrow. You guys got any thoughts on it before we get into it?
This is stupid.
I know.
This is stupid. Can I just be the one to acknowledge the fact that they came up with a pay-per-view off of these guys getting over during a heel turn? Mm-hmm. They coined the phrase and they just figured, day 1-ish. Day 1, the first day of the year. We should do a pay-per-view then.
You know what would have been funny though? Is if no one actually told them what ish meant, since they're out of touch and everything like that, and they actually made the name of the pay-per-view.
Vince probably called those boys and was like, what do you mean by ish exactly?
Bro, the Ebonics vocabulary book was tossed out and burned for budget cuts.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, he called it our truth. It's like, so Rob, I need a little bit of translation. I don't know what this lingo means, so what does ish mean?
Mr. Killings.
Oh yeah, tell me or you're fired.
Pretty much.
All right, let's break this down. My stuff turns on. There it is. All right. So start this off. The preliminary match is Cesaro and Ricochet versus Ridge Holland and Sheamus.
That's actually a match on the card?
That's the pre-show. That's the pre-show.
Pre-show.
Oh my goodness. That's the pre-show. That means that Drew McIntyre versus this jackwagon made it to the main card.
Yep.
I don't know. I stopped for a little bit and I'm looking now. I'm like, how is he fighting Madcap and not Baron?
Because they're the ones that've been big.
Because they were literally running from him hiding, and then the announcer chick found him and was like, "What are you guys gonna do when Drew McIntyre finds you?" He's like, "Yeah, my boy Madcap is gonna handle Drew McIntyre at day 1." I'm like,
"Yep, set up for downfall."
Why?
So y'all gonna break them up already? That's what we doing?
Well, they broke up.
Just throw them to the wolves. That's all.
I'm telling you, bro. Once this happens, it's gonna be Madcap's turn on Baron Corbin, probably because they need more people on the top of the card, or they need more people for like a championship feud for whatever show he's on. I don't even remember at this point. So literally, they're probably just gonna make them have a match, probably after WrestleMania or something, and then Madcap's gonna get released.
Damn.
We don't know how to go.
Why are you so suspicious, bro? We apologize.
Because we know how it's gonna go, bro. Like, this is how it's gonna happen. Like, he's on a list. There's already a list of people that they're cutting. It already come out that there's always a list. He's at the bottom of the list. You already know
apologize.
That. And the sad thing about it is
why he's not going with the last couple of bucks.
Yeah, they do.
Want to work with Baron Corbin, who's a company favorite. That's it. I'm just waiting for him to release at this point.
And the thing is, too, Tony mentioned he's going to be more discerning about who he picks up that WWE releases. So it's no longer like everybody's going up to
way too many people available right now. So
yeah, so he's being careful.
I'm trying to remember.
What was this match again?
Pulse or power independent wrestling. I don't remember what the name of the promotion was. It was something with a P. It
Uh,
went away. Progress
oh,
just got bought by a new UK owner, so they're coming back. So Progress is coming back, and Jeff Jarrett made the announcement on Twitter. So that means Jeff Jarrett is probably either part of the ownership group, or he's going to be like the face of the company from an ownership standpoint. So Progress is also making a comeback. And then what's his face? Ring of Honor is coming back next year. So they're going. Yeah, they're temporarily shut. They're not like
that was the plan is temporary, but we, like I said, we hope.
Yeah, because the thing is, like,
no, they're under new management. It's not like they're out of money or anything. The guy literally said, like, if we're gonna be able to transition to this new era of wrestling, we have to change our business model. We can't change our business model while still trying to run a business. So they had to literally just like, hey guys, go and do all the stuff you want. Let us reshape this. Let us fix this so that when you come back to this, it's not screwed up and it's sustainable. And I get that. I understand that from a business perspective. So I understand. And then think about it. All of the championship is still being defended everywhere. So the championship is still out there being defended on screens. I honestly feel like it's going to end up being, what's it called? Bryan Danielson versus that Jay Gresham, I think his name is. Or I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny Gargano ends up wrestling the Ring of Honor champion, and Johnny Gargano's a part of like that new wave of Ring of Honor people when they finally come back. I strongly believe Ring of Honor is going to come back, and when they do, that'll be another option. Impact is still going strong because of the influx of talent that they have. Honestly, Impact is a TV deal away from really competing, like not one of those cable channels or like I'm talking about like a legitimate TV. Consistent TV channel with real TV money.
Yeah,
Impact compete too.
Yeah, that's the problem with them.
Face of your company, huge, but like, yeah, that's the problem. They don't have they just don't have the what's the word I'm looking for? The syndication to compete right now.
No, when you're going to like, what's that? The Travel Network and like channels that I didn't even know existed until they say that. They're like, oh, on this channel. I'm like, do I even have that channel? Wait. What kind of channel is that? It's crazy, and hopefully they get it together because try and have to find the shows and stay up to date. Like I need to watch some of that stuff because apparently a lot of people say it's really good, and I want to give them a chance.
But wrestling, the thing is with independent wrestling, and I've learned this about myself, and that's why I can't watch an episode of AEW, even though I do support AEW wholeheartedly. It's very much more. The story's in the wrestling. It's not in the promos. It's not in the build-up. It's very much in the wrestling. So you have to you almost have to follow the story through the wrestling. There isn't any promo setup. There isn't any backstage. There's not a lot of that stuff.
No.
There's some of it with like the Young Bucks and the stuff they do on YouTube or whatever, but there isn't the way WWE story tells, because I've been raised on WWE. I'm used to a certain type of storytelling. Their storytelling is different. And it's harder to follow if you're not used to that form of storytelling. So it's a matter of just if Impact can find the sweet spot and just don't go back to TNA, if they can find the sweet spot, they can be what ECW was at its height, where it was a third alternative. Them or somebody else, because I mean, again, New Japan is the same way, but New Japan has just a different form of storytelling.
That's the thing. All right, getting back to this card. Pre-show, Cesaro and Ricochet versus Sheamus and Rich Holland. What are your thoughts?
I'm just going to say Sheamus and Ridge Holland just because of the fact that Ridge Holland is the newer face, and not baby face, but the newer face on the brand. So he, more so than anybody else in that whole thing, needs to get victories in order to basically build himself up. So I'm just going to go with them just based on that.
Verbatim, exactly what I was going to say. So same. Of course, they do my boy Rico like this.
Yeah.
after doing him the way they did him in that gauntlet match, which was disrespectful as hell. But it is what it is, yo.
I mean, there's always a chance because as a pre-show, they start off with a face victory. I just don't see it happening.
I don't see it because all of Cesaro's momentum is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you brought Sheamus back, and the fact that Sheamus went from being a champion, lost the championship, then you brought up Rich Holland in the way you did, and you used Cesaro's hype to get over Rich Holland, which is fine, but then you derailed Cesaro's momentum. And now that Cesaro isn't even considered a name in the mid-card picture or the main event picture for that matter, these matches don't mean a lot. They don't even present Cesaro as a real threat, unfortunately. Because if Cesaro was like a name on his own, the way they had him like right after the Roman Reigns feud, then he'd be able to elevate everybody else in this match. He's not. He doesn't have the same luster to him because he just hasn't been winning, and they've had him losing on like cheap little roll-ups and whatnot. So I think we lost Benny. Benny is frozen. Resting on. He's frozen. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I agree.
I tried to switch over to the Wi-Fi, and that thing was just like, nope.
I agree. I think that it's going to be the heels winning this one because I'm looking at this. I'm just like, okay, if they win it, if Cesaro and Ricochet lose, like we're saying, Cesaro's not taking the pin. I think Ricochet's there to take the pinfall.
Yeah.
And I think
it's a big spot for like Rich Holland to do his finisher, make it look brutal because they know Ricochet's going to sell.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That's and Rich Holland's gonna do everything to pin him. Sheamus and Cesaro there for those power moves to pull them off. Ricochet's there for the high swallow moves and all that stuff. And Rich Holland's there he's there to finish off Rico and make himself look stronger in the end. And I'm okay with that, but it's just upsetting to me that Rico is a sacrificial lamb still for everybody.
Again.
Everybody, yeah, like always.
Rico's basically like the face Dolph Ziggler now.
No, he's starting to remind me like freaking Barry Horowitz back in the day.
Jesus.
It's getting to that point, bro. Let's be honest. It's getting to that point. Cesaro, I think
I don't know who the fuck that
is. He's a known jobber. Like the Brooklyn Brawler, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's unanimous here. We're all saying Rich Holland and Sheamus. If they lose it, I'll be surprised. Why. So would I, but
also I'm looking at it too. Tomorrow night is a culmination of the Arcade Tournament. So I'm looking at it from either sense. Both are kind of face champions, regardless, they're both faces in that match. And because of the fact that you're like building up Alpha Academy, you need one more really good feud for them before they're really believable as champions. And I think Rich Holland and Cesaro would be a really good foil for the kind of like, I think it's 3 or 4 teams that they have in the title picture right now.
Yeah, they over on SmackDown though.
Wrong show. You're right. I have no idea what's going on with the. Wait, they're on SmackDown. So.
So it's Usos a New Day for them.
Well, even in that sense, like the Usos tend to wrestle. Yes, they're heels, but they also tend to do this weird thing where they'll kind of transition to faces sometimes because they're so over. Mid-match. I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but they'll like switch over mid-match because they don't do anything heelish when they wrestle. They really don't. And whenever they're not with Roman Reigns, they get cheered. So it would give like you a team to really hate because Sheamus is masterful at making people hate him. It's fine. But then also Cincinnati's tight end just went out. Ankle injury. He man just hopped right over to the sideline. God damn it. Anyway, it gives you like a kind of double it gives you like a double it gives you like a double kind of feud because you can do the tag titles, but then you can also tease Sheamus going after the Universal title. Which, and in turn teasing Rich Holland being a contender down the line too. So it just kind of works all around.
Yeah. No bueno. No bueno. All right. Next match. Speaking of tag teams, the Usos versus the New Day. The Usos title on the line again. This is a repeat. Always. It's like
it's Old Faithful.
Yeah.
For a second, this junk happened exactly the same way I said it would. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries.
It's like that's the thing with WWE, unfortunately, because they got rid of so many of their tag teams and they've sacrificed so many of their tag teams to get irrelevant tag teams over that they eventually break up anyway. The tag division looks like a joke. So when you need a good match and you need a good feud, put the Usos and New Day together, and then you can tease, you can throw Roman Reigns in there to kind of get the Usos over. I mean, the New Day over as a real threat. But I mean, this one is tough because it could honestly swing either way, but I'm going to go with the Usos because I don't think Roman's losing the title. And the only way that the Usos would lose is if Roman was losing the title as well. Because I don't think they're going to go back to the whole, like, Roman wins and then the Usos don't have a title. And then there's the friction again. You run back the friction with him and his cousins. Because it's like, that's boring. Sorry to say, it's boring at this point.
Yeah, I don't want to see
this shit. I don't want to see him versus Jimmy again. Like,
it was good, but the problem I had with it is the way they followed it through, and it was just like, okay, no, it was good. Just the way it ended, I was just like,
no, yeah, okay.
Like, you could
just
have
don't do that
better.
shit again. Like, yeah, y'all could have did so much with this. Just don't do that shit again.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that you can reignite this and make it make sense is if Roman literally disrespects Trinity. I mean, Naomi.
Yeah. I think the Usos will also retain. I just don't see why they lose. I could see them losing the titles without Roman losing his, but why? Why now? There's this. I don't see it. I don't see it happening at all.
If those are going to lose their title, it should be to a team that you're trying to make. Like, if you're trying to make stars and you're trying to make people get behind a team, then you have them beat the Usos. The New Day beating the Usos is literally just like it's like running Austin and Rock.
Yeah, I don't. And here's the thing, though. It's like you said before, they have no teams because they sacrifice a bunch of like stable teams for these like 6-month teams or 3-month teams that they blow up at the end of it. So any team that actually had a solidified reason to become powerful or strong team, it's wasted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could push American Alpha, but again, look who has the belts. It's a heel. Do you really want to do a heel versus heel?
But that's the thing. Really, isn't American Alpha on Raw?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Even then, still.
What I'm saying.
Like, you can push them up, but on SmackDown, who do you have?
You don't
literally the Usos in a New Day.
I legitimately think they only have 2 teams. I think they only have 2 teams on Raw. Like, on the roster, they only have 2 teams. SmackDown. They only have 2 teams.
Oh no! I'm sorry. The Viking Raiders are still there too.
Yeah, but the way they're messing with them, like right now, I think they're still trying to rebuild them with the jobber tag teams, which is fine. But sooner or later, you're gonna have to give them quality matches. But the thing is, against who?
The Viking Raiders are the problem with the Viking Raiders is that they went from being the NXT badass darlings to WWE trying to make them marketable to kids. That's the problem.
Why does that sound so familiar?
That's everything.
Because of the fact that it's like you went from the War Raiders.
Oh, here we go.
to the Viking experience to the Viking Raiders, where instead of them throwing up the horns now all they do is beat their chest, and they do it in a rhythmic like dealy 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 dealy, and it looks so fucking bad. And it's not even their fault. It's not. It's the fact that Vince fucking handicapped them to like they look like cartoon versions. Like I feel like Vince is fucking Pegasus, and he just played Toon World with WWE. Like that's what it feels like. It's like it's like the first time I saw fucking Blue Eyes White Dragon turn into a toon. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? This shit is terrible. Like what the shit? Or like when Summon Skull had like little fucking Pikachu eyes, and I'm like, the fuck is going on here, bro? Like this shit is weird. Stop.
Oh man.
And notice Summon Skull never came back after that too. He never recovered from that shit.
Not till like the very, very end, yo.
Literally the last fucking duel was like, oh, Summon Skull's like, oh, now you remember the niggas in your deck?
Yeah.
Man. This is kind of what Vince is doing. I was like, oh, now you remember you had them as a tag team?
Yeah.
You know? Fucking stupid.
So I think we could all Benny, who do you have on this one? I think you might agree with us as well.
Which match? Because I had the
Uso versus the New Day.
Uso versus New Day.
Usos. I got the Usos. You cannot have the Usos lose on day one.
Exactly. You can't have them lose on a pay-per-view that they named.
Yeah, but you got to remember, this is Vince. Vince will do dumb shit like that. Come on now.
You already lost Paul Heyman. You can't have the Usos losing the title now. Literally, they've been sitting back doing nothing too. Let
me put it to you like this: if this was after WrestleMania, I would say there was a chance. But as far as like this whole thing that's going on right now, I think the only time that you can actually take the belts off of them has to be either at WrestleMania or after. I think we need to keep the bloodline strong until until that passes. Well, and then you can start putting cracks in there with them Usos losing the tag titles and all kinds of other stuff.
But see, there's that too, because it's like, all right, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna go that route, and this is the route it seems like they're going. Who, unless literally this, because we probably aren't gonna review it because nobody here watches fucking NXT anymore. But you have New Year's Evil where you have the trios tag match with Riddle and MSK, and then you have versus Walter and Imperium. Unless you're gonna call up MSK and like immediately put the titles on them, there's nobody there that makes any fucking sense.
GYV maybe.
If you're gonna call them up, and you're gonna present them in that way, I don't have a problem with that. But don't put it back on the New Day because you don't know what the fuck else to do with it.
Right.
Yeah. And here's the problem.
That's the shit that bugs me. Is that like, oh, we don't. All right, just give it back to the New Day. Have the New Day let it run with it. Like,
and here's the thing. Before the Street Profits, WWE had a bad track record when calling up teams from NXT.
Mm-hmm.
A bad one. So it's like calling up anybody right now. It's like I will be petrified. Like, okay, how long will you two be together? Let alone, are you gonna get repackaged? Yeah. Let alone, are you gonna get repackaged? Let alone, you gonna be repackaged or some other dumb shit. Because
I'm pulling the flag on that statement. Here's where I'm pulling the flag on that statement.
Go ahead.
NXT is ass. So I don't give a fuck if you repackage anybody at this point because all the shit is booty. Straight booty.
I was say hold up for a second because
I don't give a fuck.
Paul understands this a little bit more. Yeah, okay, you guys got the screen up here. I got a yellow piece of paper, got a yellow card called Paul real quick. I was gonna red card him, but I ain't have anything.
Damn, red card.
That's a flag.
At least give me a warning, bro.
We can't use the whole they're gonna ruin NXT talent no more because NXT ruined NXT talent. So flag. My floppy ass shirt is just gonna be the flag.
No. What I mean is like any talent that comes out decent, like MSK. We know MSK can do something. Or Grizzly and veterans
wrestle, but other than like that, god damn.
Yep, it's over.
Damn. Okay. 21 points.
It's over. Game's over.
Okay.
Just in case we're watching the Alabama Cincy game live right now. my feed is a little behind theirs, so I have it 27-6 so far.
Yeah, it's just over.
Yeah, that's the final
game
score.
ended.
Game's over.
Oh damn! I didn't see what time it was. Oh jeez, 26 seconds.
All I saw was Nick Saban fucking walking out, and I'm like, oh, yep, that's game. Okay, cool.
I gotta get a sense. It was close. People thought it was gonna be a bad blowout, though. It wasn't.
I mean, they held them under 30, which for Alabama is not a bad. Like, that's not. You can say you held Bama under 30, bro. Like, respect to you.
It really only got bad in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Motherfuckers got tired, bro. I don't understand. Now, as bad as this is going to sound, I want to see how many of them is going to be in health and safety next week.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. From what I read, if it's like this game, like let's say like a bunch of players from Bama got sick, they'd forfeit. They would have forfeited the game, and since he would have gone to the final. But if a team is unable to, but if a team is unable to field a full team on the championship game, they will postpone that game.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, you're really about to do that for the championship game.
Yeah,
that's wild.
The championship game was the only one that they would not have like won over forfeit. They would have postponed it.
They're not giving up that revenue.
They're not giving up that revenue. If fucking Michigan wins on a fucking technicality, you want to talk about like that is gonna be so much worse than the Lakers winning in the bubble.
Well, here's the thing. Can you imagine Michigan wins this thing if they beat Georgia and they beat Bama in the final?
Bro. Respect.
You just knocked out
everybody coming out of Michigan is getting drafted in the first 3 rounds. I don't give a fuck.
Not even
at that point, like everybody getting drafted.
Not even Hutchinson
that. And Ojabo going 1-2.
Not even that, but I mean their class is gonna like their recruiting class is gonna go up.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Even though no, I can't say that because Michigan cold, bro. Michigan cold, fuck, and Ann Arbor cold, fuck, bro. I'm sorry, that shit ain't never gonna not be a thing. Like you got all them good football players in the country. They used to playing in the sun. They used to playing where there's no snow. You know, shit. You may get them country boys from like Wyoming and Nebraska and shit. Like you know what? We going over there. Mm-hmm. At least they got water. At the very least, they got a lake that we can't swim in, but there's water. It's better than flatland.
All right, let's reel it back. All right. So the Usos are retaining. Let's see who's next. Who's next on this? All right. The squash match. Drew McIntyre versus Matt Moss. We know where this is going.
Yeah. I don't even think we need to do this one.
No. Copy and paste, put Drew McIntyre for everybody. Simple as that.
Honestly, it wouldn't even surprise me if this is a no contest. Like, if this match actually technically never happens because Madcap Moss gets fucked up and it turns into like Drew versus Baron Corbin, or Drew gets injured and like the match just doesn't happen, it wouldn't surprise me.
There is literally one time or one way that McIntyre does not win this match, and that means it's not before the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, they're building McIntyre to go back to WrestleMania because they want to give him his WrestleMania moment.
Oh no, I don't think he's not yet. Unless they want to put him right back on Raw, I don't think so. Because like I said, when we get to do the Royal Rumble stuff, yeah, I'll tell you why.
But see, it makes no sense though because now you haven't like you have Bobby turning face, so it's like
Bobby ain't turn face, Joe.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, he's turning. They're about to turn him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You think that's why they're about to have him? They're about to drop MVP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's they just mess up the Hurt Business completely.
Wait till we get to that match. I'll tell you what's going to happen.
All right. Okay. So now we have the final of the RK Bro tournament. RK Bros versus the Street Profits.
RK Bro.
I think RK Bro. I don't think RK Bro's losing it till Mania.
I think they're going to lose it before Mania because I think the match at Mania is going to be Riddle versus Orton. But like I said, right now, Like I said, it's too early to actually do that. I think what you do, you keep them together. You start sowing the seeds in the Royal Rumble.
I don't think you sow it in the Royal Rumble. You can sow it in New Year's Evil. Because he said he's doing double duty.
Who is?
You think Orton shows up to New Year's Evil?
How's he doing double duty?
He's in a trios tag match with MSK because he's their shaman.
Oh, man.
And guess who he's facing though? He's got to go up against.
He's just gonna.
He's got to go up against fucking the Street Profits one night and then Walter the next night.
Good luck, my guy.
You're gonna die, bro.
If Angelo Dawkins doesn't get you, Walter will get you.
Walter gonna get that ass.
Yeah, he gonna slap that. Ah, damn, that hurts already.
Riddle gonna call him
Kofi Kingston. Watch.
Yeah, I make it unanimous too. RK Bro, but I think in this match they might start setting them seeds for the breakup. If not this one, the Rumble somewhere.
You know what's funny? I would actually enjoy it so much better if Riddle was the one that turned and not Randy.
The funny thing about it is, I think that's how it's gonna go.
I think you make a bigger star by making Riddle make the first move.
I think that's how it's gonna go. I think Riddle is playing the long game with this dude.
And I think if you're gonna call up MSK and if you're gonna do this right, and I swear you can do it right, you can call up MSK as heels. Because you can have it be a situation where everyone thinks they're fake, everyone thinks they're this good old tag team, and then they come up and they help Riddle win. Mm-hmm. And it's like they're the stoners that like, what are you guys talking about? Like, we're not bad people, but they do a bunch of heel shit. Mm-hmm. And it'll be fucking fantastic.
On top of the fact that right now, the way I've been hearing things going is everyone, and I mean literally everyone, as far as the IWC, is loving face Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm. It's like your uncle that you never knew you wanted.
Yeah. So
all right, we need to do the whole fucking post game. Like, can we just go to the next game? The fuck?
No, the next game for another like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. All right. Now we have
the women's match.
The Fatal 4-Way. Big E defending against Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Bobby Lashley.
Your match placement is very strange.
It's better than what they had. Better than what they had. The way they had it, okay. I'll read it the way they had it. The way they had it was Cesaro. The Cesaro match was a pre-show. Then they had the Big E. Then they had Roman Reigns. Then the Usos. Then Edge. Then Becky. Then Drew. Yeah. This is on Wikipedia, so I'm not sure that's how it's going to be.
Oh, okay.
That's how they listed it.
I was about to say, whoever made this match card is drunk.
Yeah, that's how that was. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Let me set it up in a certain way.
Okay.
And I'll laugh if it actually follows this way.
If this isn't the main event, bro, I'm laughing.
No, bro, come on now. You know Brock always has to be the main event.
Well, again, if this
especially with Roman.
At least.
Yeah.
This one's also tough because I could 100% see them taking the title off of Big E right here. I don't think it's a good move, but Big E's title run, outside of like his media appeal and the shit that he's doing outside of WWE, has been fantastic. But his run inside WWE has been subpar because literally every time you present him, you have him in his ring gear.
Yeah,
and everyone knows in order for you to make a champion look like a champion, every time he shows up, when Roman was walking around his ring gear, everybody thought it was a joke. Your man pulls out in Jay's sweatpants and a t-shirt, and he's more over than anybody has been since fucking John Cena.
Look at the other world champion on his very same brand, Becky.
Man, Becky ain't never in her damn ring gear. I don't know what the fuck it is. She get put through tables in fucking leather pants all the time, and I don't understand. She be walking around in leather pants and like different halter tops every fucking time. Where like her OD skin, like she's like Slim Jack. That's the first time I've ever seen this in my life. She's Slim Jack. Where it's like I've seen slim thick, I've seen skinny, I've seen Jack, I've seen bulky. I've never seen Slim Jack. Where like she looks like she got like One Punch Man power. but she's built like fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Like, I don't understand.
Saitama.
Oh, the anime keep coming.
But this one, because it's like, this one's tough because I don't really want Seth to win, even though I think it's about time for Seth to be champion again. I don't really want Big E to lose because I feel like he's gotten like kind of dicked around a little bit. I kind of want Kevin Owens to win because I feel like this will give him a Grand Slam. This is going to be the one that gives him the Grand Slam, I believe. 2, he just resigned. And 3, every time he's in the title picture, he does fantastic work. And he didn't get a good run with the Universal title, and I think he deserves a run with the WWE title. That being said, I don't want to see Bobby again. That's like the only guy I don't want to see win the title because he doesn't have to hurt business. I'm tired of, my mother drooling over him looking like a fucking milk dud. Like, I'm over Bobby altogether because they keep changing his fucking moveset. They keep changing his gear. The only thing good about him is every time he shows up, his suits are badass.
Yeah.
Literally, the only reason why I like seeing Bobby Lashley is the suit game is fire. So I don't really want to see him as champion. So I'm going to say Big E just because I really don't think he's going to lose it yet. Though I could see him losing it. I wouldn't be that upset if he lost it. Plus, you kind of need Seth Rollins for another Royal Rumble run because he hasn't been in many. And having someone try to throw him out where he like reverses it and hits him with a stomp has still yet to happen, and I want to see it.
So here's my question: if you had to pick somebody to win it, to take the title off of Big E, who would it be?
Kevin Owens.
Okay.
KO, 100%.
Okay.
He's like, not to sound racist, but like he's the only white like guy I look at and I'm like, I don't mind you as champion. Like after we had like this wave of like people of color being champion, I'd vote for the Canadian before I vote for the guy from Iowa. Sorry. That's just me. I'm staying with the international flavor. Like I really am.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with Big E. The reason being is he still has not had that title run. His title run is not significant. If he wins this one, doesn't matter who he pins. If he pins Seth or Kevin, like he just beat 3 top dudes. So it solidifies his title run, and it lets it carry over for Royal Rumble at least. And from here you can start a feud, say with Kevin Owens, and then have Bobby and Seth go at it too as well, and then gives Seth his Royal Rumble moment at the Rumble, because you can have Kevin and Big E go at it at Royal Rumble. So I say Big E wins it. I say it starts a feud between Big E and Kevin Owens.
You know what sucks? Every other time around Christmas time, going into Royal Rumble, it was always kind of Santa's gift. We were just like, oh, who from NXT is going to get called up and get put into the title picture? It's going to be amazing. Big E going forward would have had a feud against X, Y, and Z. There's literally no one.
No, there's one.
Who?
There's one.
Whomst.
You know who?
No, I don't. I'm
Braun. I can tell me you cannot see them throwing him in the Royal Rumble right now.
Oh no, I'm talking about terms of throwing him into the Royal Rumble and him being called up full time.
Okay.
Like go into WrestleMania. I'm not talking about like, oh, let's throw him in the Royal Rumble so that he can, tussle with a couple of our main guys so that he gets his name out there. I can understand see Braun being that guy. And same thing with Von Wagner.
Oh, he was already on SmackDown though, so
yeah, but he was playing somebody's bitch, so but I mean like with Johnny gone now, and we all know damn well Tommaso's not getting called up. There's literally no reason. Like the fact that you've had to bring AJ Styles down to have it be a situation where Like, we know that the whole Omos AJ Styles thing is going to happen. That breakup's going to happen. They're going to have plans going into WrestleMania. In fact, you
I
have
didn't
to
think
bring
it goes that long.
out. Huh?
I don't even think it goes that long.
What do you mean?
Wait till go ahead.
No,
I'll tell you
I'm
why.
not talking about AJ Styles versus Omos at WrestleMania. I'm talking about they're doing the shit now so that they can have them do other stuff at WrestleMania. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, they're splitting them up now so that they can have them do other shit at WrestleMania. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I mean. The fact that it took AJ Styles going down to NXT just for NXT to get a bump in ratings just goes to show. Like, this whole Grayson Waller kid, like, his presentation outside of the ring, okay, I get it. He's like The Miz meets like a young Chris Jericho with an Aussie accent. Like, he reminds me of Y2J when he interrupted The Rock. Like, that's what that reminds me of. That's what I can see how they're trying to push this. And I get it, because he could definitely down the road be a monster heel. But I can never take him serious with his accent. And his ring gear literally looks like he's walking out in those big ass boxing shorts with like wraps and camo with like sneakers. You look like fucking Ronald McDonald's about to go and wrestle. Like, his presentation is fucking cheeks. So, like, until you guys fix that, stop it. But, like, you can see a guy like that being in Royal Rumble. Like, I know the NXT guys that they're going to call up for Royal Rumble, and it's fine. But when you look at what you had in, you know, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, when you had that group, Royal Rumble was fucking lit. Keith Lee, Dominic, like, Royal Rumble was lit. Now, I'm looking to see what legends they bring back at this point. Like, is The Rock gonna come back at Royal Rumble? Because that's all the fuck I care about. Like, the accents I got in the company ain't shit.
I was about to say, the only way The Rock comes back in Royal Rumble is if Vin Diesel throws him out.
Anyway, sorry. Tangent aside. Proceed. Yeah, no. It's, what were we talking about?
It's on Benny for the Fatal 4-Way.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. So check this out. I think the only really, really wrong answer here is Bobby Lashley. All right. Lashley is not winning the championship because I believe, and this is why I said I don't think that they're going to be running this AJ Omos thing going into WrestleMania. I believe the match at WrestleMania for Lashley is Omos being managed by MVP.
I can see it. I can see it. I understand it.
So you got Omos not being pinned whatsoever, pretty much not even being knocked off his feet for an entire year. And what's going to end that is Lashley putting him down.
Makes sense. It's very Andre Giant, and didn't Bobby Heenan like manage Andre Giant at some point?
Yeah, he did.
That's I feel like that's kind of what they're trying to do. Like, that's what they're gonna go.
Because
Andre is the closest thing to fucking. I mean, almost the closest thing they've had to Andre since Andre.
Yeah, but there's some issues with that. I'll get to the issue.
I know.
You probably heard about him.
So from that, we have three other options. You got Seth, you got Kevin Owens, you have Big E. I think the fact that Big E has kind of sort of been the third wheel in all of this is a red herring. I think Big E wins this. And I believe he's going to carry this belt until WrestleMania, where he drops it to Seth Rollins.
I can see it.
Because what I believe is going to happen is you're going to have a situation where somebody takes Seth out, be it Kevin Owens, be it Lashley. Somebody's going to take Seth Rollins out. Big E's actually going to get the pin on Rollins, which is going to basically just knocks him out of the whole situation. I think Lashley's going to get distracted or something's going to happen with MVP to cause him to be outside of the fall, and Kevin Owens isn't going to be involved in it. which is going to set it up so that Rollins goes into the Royal Rumble. Kevin Owens faces Big E at Royal Rumble and possibly at whatever the next pay-per-view is after that. Fastlane or whatever they decide they want to do.
The Recollection.
Royal Rumble Backlash. Yeah. So I think they're going to do that. And
I like it.
And because I don't think Rollins isn't going to win the Royal Rumble, right? Because like I got Lesnar winning the Royal Rumble. That's like that's a spoiler for our next predictions. But I think what's going to end up happening, I believe it's Elimination Chamber would be the next one. So then you go in, you give them the Elimination Chamber match, and Rollins comes out of that as the number one contender for the WWE Championship, and then we take that into WrestleMania. Rollins, Big E, you have, God forbid, WWE actually remember its own history. Rollins say, listen, you took the NXT title off of me. Now it's time for me to take the WWE title from you.
That'd be nice, but you gotta remember they don't
remember their stuff.
They don't remember stuff on NXT.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, they showed it. They definitely have shown it during their feud. So.
All right, so we're unanimous here with Big E. Next match is the Palate Cleanser. Edge versus The Miz.
This is actually kind of tough.
This feud has actually been, from what they're giving, I don't consider this a palate cleanser. I consider the Fatal 4-Way a palate cleanser, if I'm being honest.
This match right here is actually kind of tough because it depends on how they're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Beth Phoenix left NXT means she's available.
Mm-hmm.
I think what actually ends up happening is you got one of two outcomes in this. Edge wins, but he wins because of some type of distraction or whatever. Or he wins he doesn't win just flat out. He wins with a roll-up or something. Where you get Miz some type of reason to ask for a rematch. Or Maurice causes Edge to lose, which builds to the whole Maurice and Miz versus Edge and Beth Phoenix that we did 10 years ago with John Cena and Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm leaning more towards Edge winning, but I wouldn't be surprised with either outcome.
Mm-hmm. I think they previewed it with Skull Crushing finale. The first time they locked horns.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to tease Maurice turning on Miz, and then they're going to go old school and have Maurice kick or punch Edge in the dick, which is going to then prompt Beth Phoenix to come out.
No.
You here, don't punch him in the dick.
No, that's not going to happen.
Dick, not interfere, but I mean, like, she's going to get involved.
Well, they already played that whole Maurice might turn on the Miz this past Monday, I think it was.
That was a Monday before that, but
not
that one. It was 2 Mondays before that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. But yeah.
Okay. Also, side note, why do they keep teasing Edge doing this whole brood shit?
Because they want to.
Because I swear to God, I've called this. I think we've had this discussion on here where we talked about people bringing back old factions, but you use one member to bring back the whole faction thing with new people. I want Edge to start a new brood. I really do. I want to see the brood again.
But who is he going to start it with, though?
I don't know, and I really don't care.
It's going to be Edge and MSK.
That would be fucking dope,
Actually,
that'd be the Gangrel iteration with fucking the Hardy Boys.
No, I was thinking the Grizzly Young Veterans.
That would actually be sick too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So who you got, Jay?
I got Miz winning due to interference.
Betty, you got the Miz too?
No, I got Edge.
You got Edge?
Yeah, okay. I'm leaning towards Edge, but like I said, I wouldn't be surprised with either outcome.
Yeah.
Oh no, That's the thing. This is one of those where like I don't give a shit about the outcome, but you can tell that it's building towards
it's building
Mania,
towards the mixed tag match.
Yeah. Which is really all I care about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The way I have it, I see it, it's gonna be the Miz. He's gonna win because Maurice gets involved, and that's what causes Beth to interfere or get involved. And like that's when it comes up with the mixed tag team match for Royal Rumble. And I don't think she's gonna come out of the back. I think she's gonna be at ringside.
Yeah, at the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
No. I mean, tomorrow at day one.
Tomorrow.
Or yeah, she's gonna be at ringside.
Okay.
Probably with the girls. Probably with the daughters.
If she's gonna be at ringside, I want her to come out in the Ring of Fire. Because I want him to do the brood thing again. I want Beth to come out with like a full-on glamazon thing, and then.
No, I think
would actually be hilarious.
I think what happens like this: Miz comes out first, comes with Maurice, do their whole intro. Maurice sees Beth but doesn't pay attention to her, whatever. And then Edge comes out, goes to the side to say hi to his wife, gives her a kiss, says hi to his daughter, and it gets in the ring. And then Maurice, at the end of it, gets involved in the match, causes Edge to lose, and Beth loses it and gets involved. And that's what causes the whole rift, and will bring that juncture together between the mixed match match. And we just lost Benny.
Oh damn!
Oh, there he is.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know. Okay, so with that being said, pretty much Benny has Edge and me and Jay have the Miz, but we have the same conclusion that this match will lead to the mixed match between
the mixed tag team match.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh man was having issues.
All right, leads us to the last two matches. Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. I think in this one, unfortunately, how they're always going to play it, Becky's going to retain. I hope they let Liv put up a good fight, put some offense in there.
It can't be clean. It can't be clean.
I don't know.
Really be clean.
I want to lean towards like a grimy finish, maybe shenanigans. That way, at least they can continue this feud a little longer. But
oh no, they don't continue to feud no more. This is the beautiful part about day one. Here's the thing: Royal Rumble's right around the corner, so it really don't fucking matter if Liv loses this match as long as she wins the Royal Rumble, because I don't care that she's not a champion at day one if you're gonna give her a WrestleMania moment, because that's the biggest thing. But the thing about Liv right now is it's about the WrestleMania moment now. Like we've long been past her just winning the title. They gave her a little montage of like, oh my gosh, I'm here for my family, blah, blah, blah. I can't believe I'm in this moment. Cool. This is your second title match. Now you're in the nitty gritty. You know, Becky barely beat her last time. She's probably going to do some Chris Jericho shit again to make it dirty. And then she's going to be like, well, you lost twice. Can't have a rematch. Sorry. And then it's going to be like, okay, all right. And then she's going to go on to face whomst ever, drop in somebody, because who knows at this point. And Liv's going to magically probably show up at like number one in the Royal Rumble, run the gauntlet, win, and then she's going to have to fight her at WrestleMania after dodging her. And then it's probably going to be something like a no-holds-barred match or something like that, where they give them a special stipulation where Becky can't cheat. And then Liv finally wins the title, and then promptly drops it and gets released by summertime.
What is it with you and people getting released, man? Golly.
This is where we are now. This is what they've done to me.
All right there, Jaquan Khan. Mr. Butcher.
Where we are with
Mr. Butchercuts.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to I really, really hope this is not how this goes.
It probably will.
But I have a feeling that this is how this is gonna go. All right. WWE, because they're doing this right now, what I see is they see this as nothing more than Becky's filler feud.
Ooh, wow.
Until they get back to her and Bianca.
Wow.
So here's the thing, though. Because of the fact that you have 2 pay-per-views before WrestleMania, you can give Liv a championship win as long as Becky gets the belt back before Mania.
You can literally do what you did with Bray.
What I'm gonna say right now, all right, granted, this is 1,000,000,000% heart over head. I got Liv Morgan.
Wow.
I don't believe that she is going. I think she's going to win on a roll up. I don't think she's going to take her out clean. I think she's going to win on a roll up, possibly the exact same way Becky beat her on Raw, to the point where you now have Becky with a legitimate argument to say, give me my damn belt back, since, WWE, we don't do rematches for titles anymore and all this other nonsense. So, like I said, again, 1,000,000,000% heart over head. I got Liv Morgan with Bianca winning the Royal Rumble, possibly in that opener or whatever, her having a run in with Liv in the back, so that maybe after WrestleMania, where she wins the title off of Becky, then you have the possibility of maybe at that point a heel Liv Morgan, because I don't think they're going to keep her as a face for much longer. Especially if I
don't know if she can pull off being a heel, honestly.
I don't think so either.
If she goes back to her old character, she does.
She's too adorable.
When she was with the Riot Squad, she was able to, because she was the focus. Ruby was, and everybody else just was there, and they followed it, and she made it easier for them.
Liv by herself is she's too much of a baby.
She's too lovable. I know.
Yeah.
You know how WWE operates, man. You got people that are natural heels like Seth Rollins that they tried to push as baby faces before. So,
you can push him as a baby face, like you're doing Brock. You can push Brock as a baby face, but that can only be for like a limited time. It can't be like a whole year. It's like you gotta
have the right opponent. Like
yes,
Brock against anybody except Roman Reigns does not come off as a baby face.
No, and there's a time limit to it. There's an expiration for that. You can't have the whole title reign as a babyface. He could win it and turn heel.
Let me change that. The only other person that he could come off with as a babyface against is Lashley. And you would have to go Hurt Business Lashley against Brock.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, I got Liv, and I'm sitting up here. I'm like, oh my God, is this gonna happen? Probably not, but I got that. I have my pick in there.
Yeah. Jay, you say you have Becky too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We both got Becky. Yeah. All right. Time for the main event of the evening.
I thought there was more matches on this card.
No, that's it. That's 8, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I'm gonna fall asleep during this pay-per-view.
I don't blame you. It's 8 matches, man. I'm surprised they got 8. So somebody's gonna be some quick squash matches, man.
You already know.
This match is going 8 minutes at most.
Yeah, this match ain't gonna be too long. For this match, what's gonna be more important is what happens with Heyman.
Yep.
That's gonna be the biggest thing. The way I see this is Brock is a babyface, but Brock is not gonna have Paul Heyman. I think this whole thing with Paul Heyman was a way to mess around with Brock. So on day 1, Heyman's gonna cost Brock the match.
Oh yeah, I think that's exactly how it goes.
Yeah, I think I don't know how. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if he comes out with Brock or by himself, but Paul is gonna cost Brock the match so Roman can retain, and he's gonna go back as the consigliere of the family again. He's gonna be the wise man again. That's the way I see it. But I don't know what they're gonna do with Brock after that. He'll probably come back.
Brock gonna be going till the end of next year, to like SummerSlam. What you mean?
Brock is going right
like
into the Royal Rumble.
Matches
like
on his contract a year.
He going right into the Royal Rumble.
What they gonna do with Brock after that? Brock gonna go back to his damn fucking farm in Saskatchewan, coach his daughter in wrestling, and bang his really, really hot older wife. Be a happy old man. So fuck you talking about.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens after this one. Are they gonna keep him as a face, or have him disappear for a little bit, come back at the Rumble as a heel again?
I swear. Listen, keep him gone. The only way you bring him back, honestly, the only use for Brock at this point for him to come back in the Rumble is for him to go toe to toe with Walter. That's it. There's no other reason.
I have another one for you.
Oh boy.
No, because I mentioned them earlier. I swear they are going to have a face down between Lesnar and Braun Breaker.
You think so?
God. Not that fucking hobbit.
I think they're going to have a face down between the two of them in the Royal Rumble. And that gives away my pick right now because my pick is Roman Reigns. Like I said, just like y'all said it, Paul Heyman is going to cost him the match. I think this is 1,000% a ploy between Roman and Paul Heyman or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That whole breakup and everything. I think there's 1,000% because they did the same thing with Lesnar a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They did the exact same thing. So, like I said, I think that's it. I would not be surprised if Lesnar is number 30 in the Royal Rumble and just eliminates whoever's left. And then they go on to, have Lesnar against Reigns at WrestleMania because, that's a fresh match that we haven't seen before, especially at WrestleMania. Anyway, my sarcasm is done.
Paul.
Yeah.
It's your pick.
You need your picks.
I said Roman.
Oh.
You didn't say anything. You just said
No, I said Paul Heyman's gonna cost Brock the match.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay, who you got, Jay?
I'm gonna take Roman. I'm fully convinced Roman is gonna hold this title for probably another year until they do the fucking Hollywood thing and they can get The Rock to come in so that they can have some sort of program with The Rock. For no other reason than they don't have any successors to Roman Reigns.
51.
But that's the thing. They don't have any successors to Roman Reigns. They don't have anybody presently even remotely in the scope of a viable challenger for Roman Reigns that doesn't already exist.
Here's a one thing that could change it.
And they're redoing Damian Priest.
Here's the one thing that could change it. Oh, here's one other thing real quick. The mid-card titles are not on the line. They're not going to be at all tomorrow on day one. So back to what I was going to say. If for whatever reason, because of what's going on with COVID and the Omicron,
Omarion.
If there's another lockdown, because they're already talking about it, they're concerned about it, and it's a possibility floating around. If there is another lockdown, don't be surprised if during WrestleMania is a lockdown again, that they do have Roman and The Rock, but it's like a pre-recorded match. You know what I mean? And they pull it off right there because of the fact that now it's like you can set it up, and not have to worry about The Rock getting hurt if everything is recorded and everything is planned and not live. So you can be careful with that stuff. That's the only way they'll get rid of that match that they want this year is if for whatever reason there's another lockdown, and they should give them time to pre-record that match.
Mm-hmm. Honestly,
if not, I agree with you, Jay. I agree with you. Sorry to cut you off. I agree with you. I think I can see Roman hold on to the title for another year.
That was always my issue with Roman. See, here was the thing. Last year, you had a bevy, and I mean a buffet line of successors. You had you had so much talent in this company that your mid card would look like a freaking would look like a main event scene in any other company if they would have retained the proper talent.
Well, here's the thing: with the talent that they cut last year, you can start your own promotion and have a solid roster.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting at. It's like this year, not a lot of people can lose their titles because you can't. It would almost be like a downgrade in terms of like the only person that could feasibly lose their title and we wouldn't care would be Shinsuke, because most people forget that Shinsuke is
I think Shinsuke is going to lose his title in his next title defense.
Yeah, no. He's literally he's defended his title one time since he's had it. He's had it damn near a year. Or not a year, but definitely longer than 6 months. Maybe like 7-8 months. Barely been on TV. Barely done anything. So I know for a fact, and it wouldn't even surprise me if they throw another match on like the fucking preview where you have Shinsuke drop it to Sami Zayn. Which, fine, whatever. But then why did you have Big E beat Sami Zayn? So that Big E could prove that he could be a champion? Because you didn't book him well as the Intercontinental Champion either.
No.
So, same thing. Ran it back. Whereas you had, I don't know, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic, not whatever the he is now. Who else got released? Jesus. Carrie Ross. You had plenty of successors.
Strowman.
Andrade.
Like you had plenty of Aleister Black. That definitely would have made sense for him to be the Intercontinental Champion. But now you have to put it back on Sami Zayn and then have him feud with Reggie, Omos, maybe AJ Styles.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like what breaking up AJ and Omos is like, okay, so where's AJ going now? Where's Omos going?
He's going to NXT.
Unemployment line, watch.
Yeah, because everybody's saying like he does not have the movesets like a giant is supposed to have. He can't pull those off. Those simple moves, he can't. Unfortunately, he can't pull them off.
He can't fucking wrestle. Period.
No, he's having problems. He was supposed to have a match on Raw against, I think it was AJ. They pulled it off because when they were wrestling on the live shows, they saw a lot of stuff. They're like, no. They're like, we can't do this on TV. We can't have this on TV. So I won't be surprised if he's still training while they're trying to get him to speed before he actually wrestles on live TV again, let alone pay-per-view.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, again, when you had the talent, you let it go because of budget cuts. But now that you have no talent, what?
Yeah.
Now
don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Watch. The next time Omar shows up on TV, he's going to hit somebody with a Canadian destroyer and finish the match with a shooting star press.
Bro, he's not Bad Bunny. He only be able to pull that one off.
Like,
matter of fact,
it's crazy to me because I feel like they're going to do this next generation of NXT what we wanted them to do with the old generation of NXT. And, like, fucking like, they would put the Intercontinental title on, like, Grayson Waller way too soon. They're going to give Braun Breaker a WWE title way too fucking soon. And it's like, you're going to have the people that are just WWE loyalists that love the new 2.0 that are going to be fucking ecstatic about it. And you're going to have us who, frankly, can never forgive NXT for what they did. And will probably be a Triple H loyalist. So until Triple H is like, bro, just give these kids a chance. I can't. Like, I can't. I just can't. When we should have had Johnny Gargano as US champion, we should have had fucking Adam Cole as Intercontinental Champion. We should have been talking about fucking Undisputed Era being able to take the titles off fucking RK Bro and jump in RK Bro at day one. Like, we should have been talking about this. This is what we should have been talking about. but instead now we're trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do next because obviously they have no plan because they have no talent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the dicks, bro?
Well, they sat up here.
Lost literally one of the better technical wrestlers in the world because she was burnt out because y'all didn't know what the fuck y'all was doing with her. And then you bring her up to throw pies in her face.
They knew what they were doing. They were putting her in the position where they wanted her to be in, right up under the 4 horsewomen. That's it.
Which again,
the third wheel in a triple threat between Sasha and Charlotte. And I love Sasha to death. But like, come on.
It's ridiculous too, because it's like, I don't even know what the hell she's doing. She's like probably mulling over a fucking acting career. We don't know what the hell Bailey's gonna look like when she comes back or what.
No.
We don't even know if she's coming back. So it's like, it's just Becky and Charlotte again. And quite frankly, though Charlotte has been doing better with selling, it's still a situation where like you look like she looks like Sasha did when Sasha kicked Paige in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, it's not Sasha's fault. It's not Charlotte's fault that Toni Storm quit. I'm sure Charlotte's probably giving Toni Storm a lot of mentorship and a lot of love, but you literally are paying for the sins of your company.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel bad because it's not Charlotte's fault, but also now you don't have Charlotte on TV because now you don't have her. And somehow this is still the same company that still employs Lacey Evans. And we don't know when she's coming back.
I was gonna say, I don't think it'd be a good look for them to fire.
No. Nope.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just, this company is confusing as hell because it's like, you signed your own death warrant because now you're going to have all these amazing talents just out in the independent scene, putting on 5-star matches on the same nights that you're doing it, probably easier access because we have to pay for Peacock. YouTube is free for the most part. Now imagine like, you know, I don't know when her compete clause is up, but just ride with me for a second. You have a situation where Ruby Soho wins the TBS championship. She's celebrating. Lights go black. And lights come back on. Ember Moon's in the ring. I don't know. I think her name, she's going by Athena now. You have her in the company. She gets attacked as a heel. That's all well and good. Who else is a free agent? Lights go out again. Tia Valkyrie shows up. Holy shit. Everybody's going crazy. You know, you have a situation where you have the Iconics as probably the most consistent tag team in wrestling right now. Crazy to say. Trying to think of, you know, actually, I can't think of any women's tag teams that are out in the world.
Not really, but you can technically just put people together if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iconics is like the only female tag team that are tag team specialists.
Yeah. But then, like, I also kind of think, and I know she's not anywhere close to coming back. What about fucking Sarah Logan? She's not anywhere close to coming back.
No, she's done. She's done.
She says that shit until her kid gets to be like a toddler. And then, like,
and she gets a bug.
Take a break or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns around and was like, fuck it, I want to wrestle again. She can still come back. She says she's done for now, and that's fine. That's cool. I understand because she's basically running a homestead, raising a child, you know, living that Viking, you know, wife at home thing because Eric, and I think that's the only reason why the Viking Raiders haven't left. They haven't requested their release. He does a stable money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame him. Eric is chilling.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
But you know what I'm saying?
It's...
Like there and just at this point, because they've hired so many men and their roster for the men's side is so bloated. It's like, all right, cool. Don't hire any more women. Hire the women that are out there. So there's shit ton of talented women out there.
Yeah.
Tegan can finally go and get healthy, get her knee right, Imagine that shit. Heel Tegan Knox attacking Ruby Soho. Holy fuck.
Yo, I just thought it like the sickest thing ever, yo. Like I don't follow AEW as close. I don't really follow AEW at all. But could you imagine if they were to just present some tag team titles for the women or whatever, and you get a tag team of Ember Moon and Jade Cargill?
Bro, I told y'all, Jade Cargill is a bad mama. She bad.
They just put her with
Mercedes Martinez. Yep, about to say. I was like, golly. I was like, really? I put them together? I was like, oh man, y'all women's in trouble. Oh boy, Michigan's confused on defense. They're in trouble.
Yeah, it's already over. Georgia scored. No, it wasn't that play, but they scored already.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm watching the line, and like they're like jumping everyone. Like, what the hell? I'm like, oh boy.
That's why I was just like, what the hell is going on? That's what I was talking about.
You got to let them calm down a little bit. It's okay.
I see what happened. No. Because the quarterback didn't go under center yet, and you have like two tight ends just move from one side to another one, so they confuse the crap out of them. Yeah, so they're like, whoa, and you have like I think two linebackers and two safeties move from one side to another one to kind of line up. And like they were confused, and Hutch pulled two like a chest over here. Get right. Yeah, that's a TD. Yeah, my stream is behind. But anyway, going back, there's a lot. But here's the thing, though. I think AEW is going to let a lot of the contracts expire because they're bloated with like talent right now.
Well, that's one thing that I was hearing. One thing that they're doing differently from what WWE's doing. Instead of just sitting up here throwing people out on the street and then making them go through this 90-day no compete granted, we know how the 90-day no compete works. That means you're not employed, but you're still getting paid for those 90 days. So like I understand the people on the purists and the apologists and everything on the WWE side that's like, they're still getting paid and all this other crap. But AEW at the very least is allowing people's contracts to run out rather than cutting them, so that they can still go to work somewhere else, like immediately after.
Yeah, I gotta tell this to you, but Big Swole had an interview, and she explained.
I ain't read it yet, but
I didn't read it yet. I didn't read it yet either. I'm gonna send the link to you. That's a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. It's the first thing I saw was it says
Tony Khan responded.
Structure and diversity at the top of the card are why she left. And the lack of TV time.
Top of the card, I understand. I know what you're talking about at the top of the card. It's real clear at the top of the card in AEW. She's not wrong about that.
She's like, lack of TV time, structure, and diversity at the top of the card are why she left AEW. Okay, I mean there is diversity. Now, if she's
at the top of the card,
wait. If she's talking about men, there is not. If she's talking about women, there is. Now, if she's upset because as an African American woman, she didn't get pushed, or there's an African woman there, I get it. Okay. But you can't say there's no diversity there.
Because that one it's one of those catch-22s. Because yes, there is diversity because one champion was an Asian, the other one was a transgender brown woman. So I understand what she means, but I also understand what she's saying on the fact of like, there kind of isn't, because those were names that came from other companies that weren't big. So you can put the title on them and people like the hardcore fans are going to get behind them, but like mainstream fans are still going to look at you as a developing company. And once you decided to get a big name, then you put it on somebody like Britt Baker, and the opponents that you give her are not really women of color. Well, Thunder Rosa is technically a woman of color, but you have very white passing women at the forefront. Mind you, as much as I understand that, I also understand why there isn't any women of color at the top of AEW's division, because they're building Jade to be that person.
Yep.
They're building her to take the title off of Britt.
I was gonna say that because you have to build like some of these, like Big Swole. You had to build Big Swole. The only reason I knew of Big Swole was because
Cedric.
of
Cedric.
Mae Young Classic.
Yes.
Oh.
That's it. I'm not even counting Cedric. I just know her because of Mae Young Classic, and I found out because of Cedric.
Let alone married.
I found out about Cedric because of the Mae Young Classic. But if it's not the Mae Young Classic, I would not know who she was. You know, so you still got to build her. Like, not many people know about her. You still got to build her. You got to build her up. Jade Cargill, same thing. You got to build her. Not many people know about her. I think
that the thing with Swole is Swole reminded me so much of Jacqueline, and they treated her kind of like Jacqueline, so I understand the frustration. They pretty much kind of put her in the same boat that you did with Jackie, where like, can you give her the title? Sure, but is she going to be featured that much? Not really.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got to read this. It's there, if you're listening.
I'm reading Tony Khan himself came out and responded to this shit.
And that's the thing. Tony will reply. He won't be gun shy. He won't hide. He will reply. He replies to anybody. Now, I think Tony he says he might be careful, but I like that he wants to smoke. I like that because you try and talk, you can have a conversation with him. He'll talk to you. He don't care.
Well, this is what he said. He said top 2 AEW executives are Brown, me and Minga, Jade, Bowens, Caster, Dante, Nyla, Isaiah, and Mark Quinn are all won on TV this month. The TBS Championship tournament has been very diverse. I let Swole's contract expire, and I felt her wrestling wasn't good enough. AW Rampage Street Fight tonight. Straight up just told her, like, that's why I let you go.
But that's what I don't even know.
This nigga Tony wants to smoke for real.
And like, but here's the thing, though.
Like, you know what? Jay, fuck it. I'm going to tell you straight up. Like, this is what it is.
But Jay, it's like you said. If he wanted to, he could be like, yo, you're fired. That's it. And you got to wait at the non-compete clause. But he's like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna just let your contract expire. I'm gonna do you what's solid.
And wasn't she hurt too?
She had some issues.
I don't know.
She had some injury issues.
I think she was hurt for a little bit.
She had some injuries. Yeah, I remember one big injury she had, but I think that was the same reason why she got let go from NXT as well, was the wrestling. You know, so it's like, okay, one thing is, and if WWE says, hey, you're not our type of wrestler, cool, all right, you go somewhere else. But if you go to AEW and they say you can't wrestle, that's another issue. You got to figure out, like,
that's facts.
Retrain yourself something. I don't know what you got to do.
Yeah,
you got to figure it out.
You got to do something there, bro. Because
you get yourself a neutral party, and then you find out from them what the situation is and why it is that you feel though it's looked at that you don't fit the mold of what somebody wants, whether it be in the ring or as a character.
Yeah, because from what I've heard, you guys probably heard the same thing. The AEW locker room is completely different than the WWE locker room.
Right.
100% different. I'm hearing people that leave WWE, go to AEW, they say this locker room is different. The environment is different. The way of thinking is different. Everything is completely different. It's like for the wrestlers. You know, so it's like there is no stiffing, like stiff work on there, because it's like, hey, everybody's gonna eat. We all gonna eat. We all gonna get our time. It's just be patient with the process. We will get our time. Unlike WWE, it's like, nah, you're gonna be a undercard, mid card, or a jobber for the rest of your career, and that's it. Now here is like they'll work with you.
The other thing is, and again, I'm not in anybody's shoes or whatever, so I can't sit up here and speak from any kind of experience, but AEW is only putting out 3 hours of content a week.
On TV.
Yeah, because you still got dark or whatever.
Yeah.
But on TV, you got 3 hours a week that you're putting out. We're not talking about a company like WWE who's out here with, a week being 168 hours, and they got 172 hours of content going out. Like, it doesn't work like that, man.
No, especially where Tony's already trying to look like I got a lot of money in salary. That's why he's let some contracts expire before he reaches out to anybody new. He's like trying to balance the books out, because I don't think he wants to blow his wad on the salary too much anymore.
No,
he's already said, I have a good roster. I just need to be a little more discerning on who I sign. And I think what he didn't want to say was also whose contract I let expire.
Right.
You know, because you don't want people thinking like, oh, am I gonna get fired? Like, you're not getting fired. If you don't hear talks about your contract getting renewed, you just get ready to look for somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is okay. That's a contract job where, you know, kind of part of the way it goes. So I like the way Tony Khan does business. He's for the people. He actually get their employees with the contract,
right?
You know, which I like, which way it should be. So we'll see how long AEW goes for, because his dad said, hey, I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna let him go through with it. He's young, figure it out. So if his dad pulls the plug on it, I don't know. You know,
his dad can't pull a plug on jack shit, because if he was gonna pull a plug on something, his ass should have sold the motherfucking Jaguars for the longest motherfucking time. That motherfucker gonna let the shit go until the fucking shit burn itself down. Your man sat up there and hired Urban Meyer and let the fucking Jaguars burn themselves down. Fuck that, man, pulling shit. Fuck that.
Well, here's another thing though, man. You gotta think about it this way though, man. NFL team never loses money, and if they do, it's like, yo, what are you doing to lose money? There's so much money to be made there. Like, if you're losing money as an NFL team, it's like, yo, figure out what's going on, because you're not supposed to be losing money. You're supposed to be making money. You might not make that much money compared to other ones like Dallas Cowboys, but you're supposed to be in the black. You're supposed to be in the black. You know, all the revenue money they get, all that, yeah, it's supposed to be in the black. You're not supposed to be in the red. No, but all right, that's a lot of ranting and talking for New Year's Eve. We need to get ready to go out, because 8:00, once this is done.
Who's going out?
I'm not going out. I'm staying home.
Who's going out?
I'm staying home.
I might be going unconscious.
I got a bottle of Prosecco in the motherfucking fridge getting ready to get cracked open. Fuck all that. I ain't going nowhere.
Oh boy.
Listen, bro, we in that icebox where my heart used to be. We ain't going nowhere.
Where's Joe gonna be at?
I don't know.
I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna see if anybody stay home. See, we'll do a Zoom call, and we have
his women.
SMA New Year's party.
Hey, his only women. Never mind. Let me not. He's still recording. Not blowing this shit up. We still recording. All right, everybody. Happy New Year.
But before we go, I do have to just make one statement.
Yeah.
I am sorry to any Miami Dolphins fan out here who takes offense to this, but your stadium is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I hate this stadium. Just looking at it. Every time they do
2022 get my championship. I need gold.
Don't worry about it. We got you.
I've been a champion without a championship for too long. I need
champion
gold.
Spirit.
I'll get you a champion T-shirt.
Listen, this ain't fucking rec league. I'm not getting a championship T-shirt.
Hey man,
I was about to say we gotta watch out. Don't get it off pro wrestling tees.
We had budget. We had some budget cut issues. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts are missing 98% up there.
I still ain't get my SMA hoodie.
Wait,
I've been asked for that.
Wait, there's a hoodie?
You ain't see him wearing the hoodie at the toy drive?
Bro, I live like 10 minutes away from him. I ain't got my hoodie.
I just got my T-shirt. That's it.
Listen, bro, we got to pull an undisputed era and attack this motherfucker when he.
You know what? You know what? Heel Heat merch coming soon. That's it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Heel Heat merch coming soon.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it. That's it. All right, everybody. Any last words, Jay?
I hope this pay-per-view is entertaining. I don't think it's gonna be, but I hope.
Well, they got a lot riding on it, though. You remember they put a lot of people out of the shows. Make sure they stay healthy.
Listen, they let go of like 81, and like 50 of that talent was supposed to be the future of the company. So like you can't botch this, but you didn't set yourself up for success at all. So,
oh my god,
we're not gonna talk about New Year's Evil.
Oh my gosh,
this is gonna get bad.
They've canceled Takeover. They canceled Takeover.
There's no more takeovers.
There's no more takeovers. Like, bro, you shot yourself in the foot. And Hunter's sitting at home starting to enjoy it, family life. So there's no telling when Hunter's coming back. Lord,
if
have mercy.
Back.
Yeah, if he's coming back, it's a good.
If he comes back. Listen.
Wait, is that Dalvin Cook's brother, James Cook?
Huh?
Probably.
Is James Cook Dalvin Cook's brother?
I have no idea.
No idea. Can't tell you that. I have no idea.
I
have to look it up.
No idea.
I have to look it up.
I just know that if this continues, Aiden Hutchinson might drop.
Oh, he's playing that bad?
No, just Michigan is playing that, but they're already down 14-0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn, I just saw the touchdown. Okay.
Benny, any last words, Benny?
2021 can go to hell. Rest in peace, Betty White, and Happy New Year.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us this entire year, for your support, for everything. Wish you all Happy New Year. And don't forget that Heel Heat merch. We're going to start looking at it, and we'll be dropping that soon. Word, for real.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. We out.